Okay, we're starting the Jaded Roundtable, and Kim has not made her way into the room just yet, but she will be here shortly. Alrighty, so you got our co-host for the moment. And right on time, of course, my personal troll shows up in the chat room. Hello, OFEC troll. How are you this evening? And how is everybody else? Anyway, you guys will take a moment before you get to answer that question. Perhaps Dylan will join back in. Perhaps Daniel will jump back in. Perhaps you, the listener, could jump back in, because that is available. 718-717-8296. Random, anything goes caller can jump right on in. If you are not using a phone and you just feel like dropping in via the Skype, you just got to contact request charles.ochelli, because Kim uses my Skype for the show so that we don't have confusion, shutdown, or any other problems. So there you go. Anyway, what are the topics of the day? What is of interest today? Well, I did notice the whole Obama speech, which I did find fascinating at the at the Bloody Sunday type thing. And you notice now he's trying to evoke emotion. Now he's trying to cast himself in the role of somebody who is bringing all things together, everything from the 9/11 narrative right on down into the struggle for voters' rights, the mentioning of Susan B. Anthony, the mispronunciation of Sacagawea's name, and various other references to historical people of interest, so on and so forth. And looks to me like Kim is on her way in. Hey, baby.
It's already my show?
It is your show.
All right, well, Jeff's here to try to get my car started. If you want to go help him out.
Oh, I will definitely do that. I already invited everybody to try and drop in.
All right.
718-717-8296. And, of course, ucy.tv/jaded, in case you're listening on some other device. You can also join in via the Skype, except you got to find charles.ochelli, because she's using my Skype ID. And here's here's your headphones.
How was my intro? Was it cool?
Your intro was,
Was it rockin'?
It's always, well, you know what it is.
All right.
It's now it's the hard rock thing that comes out of the big heavy metal thing.
Oh.
And
well, you got to come back so you can play my Frankie intro.
Oh, I've got to do that. Yeah, that's another thing.
You got to move the van because it's pulled all the way in front.
No problem.
So go do what you need to do, and I'll go tell them how fucked up my week was.
Oh, you go right ahead. You go right ahead and do that, and I'll go help push the Hussy Mobile.
There you go.
All right.
All righty.
So there you go.
Maybe the Hussy Mobile has finally had its last huss.
Oh, its last huss?
Yeah.
Last huss.
Huss.
All right, this is me on the way out the door. Excuse me, everybody. I did intro your show, and just tell everybody, that you were on your way.
Yeah, I had to let Jeff in.
All right, I'll go.
Hopefully he can get that bitch started. Anyway, who's in my chat room tonight? Let's see. How is everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. I am filing. Can you open that before you leave?
Whatever you need.
Flying solo. So please don't let me flapping in the breeze, because it has not been a good week. Let's see.
I invited Daniel, by the way, just so you know. You may have to join in, either Daniel or Dylan. The effect. There you go.
Oh, there he is. Who, her, he?
Don't know.
Uh-oh. What does that mean when we have a connection loss?
That means that we had a little problem with the Skype there, so you might have not heard it. Yeah, the effect is in the chat room.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Who, the effect or me?
No, the effect.
All right, because I'm still trying to open it.
Couldn't there have been more of an original name? No offense, but...
No, they meant to mock me.
Is that a goof?
They meant to mock me.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I guess, but... Watch the action, because this one's usually on me about everything I say.
Oh, see, they don't know me well enough.
Let's see, Do you hate Kim too, Opec?
I kind of flow with the breeze, so quite frankly, this week I don't give a shit. Let's see, what started today? This week, I lost my job. That was always fun. Kind of sucks being low man on the pole. Well, I guess it depends on how I mean that, but
The wine bottle's open.
But job-wise, being low man on the pole really does not have its benefits. But I do have a interview Monday with an air conditioning company that I managed for 18 years. So hopefully I'll get that job. Anyway, how was everybody's week? Let me know how it was going. Other than that was probably about the worst day of the week.
An idea as to where you...
Beck knows me. He's been looking in my window. You've been looking in my window. Ooh. What have you been seeing?
Sorry to interrupt, but I do need to know where you might have thrown my shoes.
Oh, they're over by the table where I always put them.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, somebody's calling me.
There you go.
Who's calling me? Add to group call.
Yep.
There we go. All right. Who do I got here? 404.
Kim,
Yeah.
how you doing? I'm just calling. I'm just a person. I'm trying to wait for you to allow a call in because, hey, I enjoy your voice, okay?
Well, thank you.
And I like your concept.
Thank you. Who is this?
This is Wes from East Point. I'm in Georgia. I'm a black guy in Georgia, and I just want to say, hey.
Hey.
Hey, I just heard you say that you lost your job.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you say that you was low person on the totem pole, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations.
Well, welcome to the world of corporatism, I suppose, right?
Excuse me. Welcome to the world of Agenda 21.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Where we can go there?
All right.
Huh?
I would really like to be able to do something for myself out of my home like I did years ago. But the problem with that was I owned a candle business for a real long time. I made soy candles out of my home, and people were undercutting me. So it kind of became pointless because there's no way in hell I'm selling a jar candle for under $10 a piece.
Hey, how can you compete with corporate?
You can't.
You can't compete with corporate, and they don't want you to compete with corporate.
So, what do you suggest I do?
What you should do is, hey, bite the bullet, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on trying to sell. And somewhere down the line, they'll appreciate the product that you're making. They'll know that your product is coming from your heart. You get more sales that way. You get more buyers that way. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't try to compete. All you got to do is show your true self. If you show who you are, people will buy your product and ignore, irregardless of how much Walmart is underselling you, they'll buy your product because they'll know that your product is real.
Right. Well, that is true. They I don't know what they were doing to their stuff, but if you burn a natural soy candle, you are not supposed to get the black soot that comes up and makes your ceiling black because it's paraffin. Paraffin is carcinogenic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure people here know that, but people who go out and buy Yankee Candle, ooh, it smells so good. Well, yeah, maybe it does, but take a look up at your ceiling. It ain't supposed to be black.
I'll give you a prime example of what you're talking about. You remember, excuse me, I got to give you my age. I hate to say this because I still feel young. I'm 62, right?
All right.
But I remember in late 60s, early 70s when I was buying incense, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The incense that I was buying was a quality product. It burned a long time. I get one stick. It may last 20, 30 minutes. The incense I buy now, if it lasts 3 minutes, I'm happy.
What, your incense?
Yes.
Oh, hell. You know what? I had the market on incense. I would sell I would buy a 10,000 count box of incense.
Right.
And I would go through that box in 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. Now, you were selling. I'm saying me as a consumer, the ones I was actually burning.
I was making them.
Yeah. Well, say, hey, we aren't in the same world. So, Miss Kim, all I can suggest and all I can say is stay strong. I mean, look, they're trying to make the world a black-white issue. It's not black and white. It's about life and death. They want to take our life. They want to give us death. Irregardless of how you look at it, we have to fight it. So I'm going to go back to listening to your show. I enjoy your voice. You got a beautiful voice, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Oh, excuse me. That wasn't a free compliment. That was like a $14 compliment, okay?
$14. All right, I'll send you a check in the mail. Just drop me an instant message, and I'll pay it. Thank you very much.
Hey, but thank you for just doing what you're doing. Hey, stay strong, okay? And here goes what anybody can try to do to you. Stay strong. Stay true to Kim.
Strong women never fail. How's that?
Excuse me. That is absolute. And got to remember one thing. Without women wouldn't be any men.
Well, that is true. Behind every strong man is a stronger woman.
But behind every human being, there is a woman. Okay?
You're right. Kim,
nice talking to you, okay?
Thank you. You too. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care. So anybody else want to join in and say what's going on and how their week was? I'm trying to think of things that I saw in the news. I'll tell you one thing that really kind of bugged me out were these little nano things going on in the vaccinations. Oh my God, what the hell is that? That's weird. I got a problem with that. And the other thing too with the vaccines, I don't know if anybody noticed. I've been posting like nuts on my Facebook page and the Ochelli Effect page. They were trying to pass a petition to not allow the government to force us to vaccinate our children. And they had blocked it. The government blocked that petition for like 4 days so that people couldn't access it or sign it. And fortunately, I did get notification that they released the hold and we surpassed the amount of signatures. So hopefully that goes somewhere. But you know what? That kind of worries me because I think, in my own opinion, I've been doing this not too long, but I find that no matter what we tell them we don't want or that we do want, they're going to do it anyway. And it really upsets me because we all sit here and we all talk about what bothers us and we all want to change things that are happening now so that the generation after us and after them and after them is different. But sometimes I feel like I'm beating my head up against the wall because no matter what you do, they're going to do it anyway. So, I mean, I know, go elect your Congress or your Senate or your representative or whoever the fuck you want to call them. They're going to do what they're going to do because they have their own agenda because they're all being paid by whoever it is that supports them. And if they want this bill to pass, it's going to pass, whether we like it or not. So it gets very frustrating. And I really would like to try to figure out a new way to do this. What I would really like to do, changing rabbit holes, is I think it would really be kind of cool if we had like a UCY barbecue. But the problem with that is everybody is so like far away that we need to come up with a neutral, like kind of like Woodstock type barbecue music fest, political discussion type thing.
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, Jimmy's got that Freedom Palooza deal.
Well, I know, but I can't go because the baby's too small.
Well, yeah, but there you go.
Watch him wander around telling people to go fuck themselves because he listens to mommy's voice. Wow. That would not be good.
Yeah, well, actually, though, when I talked to JJ about that, he said that it was family friendly and everything. and that we could bring him.
Yeah, but they don't know. They don't know Frankie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, there's Hopper. There's Hopper and Joe
yeah.
Friday, and your troll.
They were on during my show. The troll wasn't during my show.
He's right there.
Yeah, but not during my show. Came on just when yours was coming up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't like me either. Oh, well. Who else we got on here? Is my van fixed?
Yeah, he took it around the block. I told him to run it around.
Oh.
So I was figuring that you would go out there and finish up with that.
I took care of that already.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, what are we doing?
I paid my bill. I told him to go look. Pardon me for just a moment. I told him to go look at the baby's nursery.
Oh.
Why, does he want to hang out?
Well, no, he just came in the house and he was waiting on you, and then he went and ran the van around.
Oh, well, so, tell him to go look at the baby.
Because as I've said several times, I can't drive, so.
All right,
I can, but.
Tell him to go look at the nursery, and he can go celebrate with what I paid him with. Let's see. What else is going on? Anybody else got anything to say? Because I had a fucked up day. I never thought that an 8-month-old child could bring a 43-year-old woman to her knees and cry. I didn't think that was possible. So, because of that, I went out and bought myself a giant bottle of wine. And here I sit. So cheers. Drink up.
You want to play Frankie's theme?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have my Frankie moment. So hold on, because we came up with some kind of
Well, it's unusual now because we're in a. It's funny.
What?
We're in a different position than usual.
Oh.
We're in an awkward position at the moment. So you can use.
That's funny.
You can use your imagination about that. Let's see.
Oh, Captain's in. Even actually afterwards, I want to talk to. Not that I want to eliminate anybody, but I do have a couple. Oh, fuck, there goes my ashtray.
Whoops.
And my wine bottle. I want to talk to Hopper about the vax-free stuff and stuff like that real quick if he has a minute.
All right. Did I just click on Frankie's name?
I don't know.
Okay. See, I'm not close enough to the thing. All right. It's okay.
All right, hold on. Technical.
No, it's all right. It's just that.
Oh my God! What am I talking about today?
Hang on a second.
Oh, it's absolute.
Hang on.
All right.
All right, people. So what I did is I made a little Francis theme, Frankie's theme. Okay, here we go.
He's singing.
There you go.
That's pretty cool. You know what he did today? He learned how to clap his hands. I thought that was pretty cute. But that's not news, so let's move on to news. Any kind of news? I'm trying to think of different things that I read today. Or throughout the week. Oh, how about this thing with Hillary Clinton using her personal email? I thought I read something about Colin Powell doing the same thing, but he's not in any trouble. Why is that? Why isn't he in any trouble?
I have no idea.
He should be. If Hillary's in trouble.
Yeah, but it's Hillary.
Well, I know, but I'm sure there are some skeletons and
It's all sock puppet theater just to keep
Powell.
people busy with nonsense, and who cares? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It's one of those fake issues, for 2016.
Oh. Well, personally, I think I would hang myself with a shoestring if she becomes president. That's all I know. So, let me see what people are talking about in the chat room here. Let's see. Let's see. Who do we got here? Oh, I got another caller. Who's that? Hey, hello, how are you? Who's this?
Alan.
It's who?
Alan.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Well, I would be Chuck's wife. Who are you?
I just called in. So should I put my headphones on my ears or something? Or?
If you'd like to. I won't tell you any secrets if you're looking to put on your headphones.
But none of the headphones are working right now.
Oh, well then don't put them on if they don't work. Are you Chuck's friend Alan from Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you. What's going on?
Nothing much.
Nothing much? Anything you care to talk about?
I honestly don't have nothing to talk about. Chuck, can I talk to Chuck for a minute?
Well, he's actually out fixing my car. You're actually talking on my show. His show's over. So if you want...
I know your show's over. No, I know his show is over. Because his show was last night. No, I mean, a couple hours ago.
Yeah, he just ended. If you want to maybe call back in about 20 minutes, he'll be back. He's out trying to fix my van because, a woman without a hussy mobile can't go far, as my chat room friends will know.
I don't know why I can't talk with the headphones on. That doesn't make no sense.
Well, do you need the headphones to talk?
I have my computer here, and it just fucking, right.
Oh.
Right.
So, what's your beverage of the day?
My beverage?
Yeah, your beverage. Iced tea, soda, beer, whiskey, wine.
Heineken.
Heineken?
Yeah.
Now, when you drink a Heineken, don't you get full? Like, can you eat dinner?
Yeah.
Really? My ex-husband, every time he drank a Heineken and I would make dinner, he wouldn't eat. Really pissed me off, too.
Oh, no, you can eat food. You get hungry.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I get hungry. But I'm a young man. I'm only 29 years of age.
Oh, you are young. You're a baby.
You know?
So what do you do down there?
I don't do anything. I clean some yards and rake some leaves.
Yeah. What else do you do?
Nothing.
Nothing? Well, you listen to the radio.
I do listen to radio.
Well, that's productive, no?
I listen to a lot of radio. All of UCY.TV.
Yeah? You listen to any music?
Yeah, I do.
What kind?
All forms.
All forms.
Listen to the oldies songs. I like listening to the rock and roll songs. Like if you look up like rock and roll songs on YouTube. You know, there'll be like a bunch of them, and I like listening to that, a lot of that stuff.
Huh. Well, that's cool. That's very cool.
Then I like listening to like the old school oldie songs. Then I like listening to rap music. Then I like listening to like a bunch of like modern rock music, like Johnny Poole, a bunch of other types of songs like that.
Mm-hmm. You like it down there in Florida?
No, not right now. There's too much traffic.
So where do you want to go?
Somewhere where I'm out in the woods.
Oh, what, like Pennsylvania or something?
Somewhere where I'm out in the woods. Down here, though, preferably where I'm out in the woods, and I don't have to deal with all the traffic no more. Because some idiot's going to hit me. Well, I don't really drive. My friend drives, but then someone's going to hit us, and we're all going to die. It's going to probably happen eventually, so I have to get out of the area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, are you looking to talk to Chuck? Because he won't be back for like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe?
Oh, no, I'll maybe, yeah, I don't really have much else to say, to be honest. I have listened to your shows in the past, and they're always been good, and, I don't know what to say.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm glad you listen.
I do listen. I'm one of those. I listen all the time.
Well, thank you.
But I have a memory problem. I can't remember nothing that was said before, though.
Well, I think we all kind of suffer from that.
I think it's all the chemtrails being sprayed.
Could be. Wouldn't be a surprise. Wouldn't be a surprise. Do I believe in chemtrails? Absolutely. The other night... What's that?
Do you see them often? Do you ever see them in the sky? Or are you ever outside the sky? Look at them.
Oh, yeah, well...
So now I'm getting fired.
What the hell was that?
No, I just stood up, and then I all of a sudden started talking loud because I got mad. Because I got mad about chemtrails.
Oh. Well, one day I was outside before I got fired from work, and there were so many of them that I wish I had my camera. I would have taken pictures of them. It was absolutely...
Was it last year or today, or when did this occur?
Actually, it was about 3 days ago.
Okay, good. How many lines were there? How many planes?
Well, I missed the planes, but I did see the chemtrails, and there had to be about 25 of them.
Oh, my God.
Yep. Not
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Not good.
Not. Do you believe in chemtrails?
Do I believe in them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think they're slowly poisoning our water and our food supply.
That's something else way beyond any situation we can think about right now.
True.
It's beyond my brain. I cannot possibly figure it out myself. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know. I am so lost, I don't know what to say.
Well, like I said before, sometimes it feels like we're fighting a battle that we're not going to win. And it does get frustrating.
Yes, I know that. That's why I'd rather prefer to get drunk at times and forget about things that happen. Because I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Chuck knows what's going to happen.
Yep. Yep, I think he does.
What does Chuck know is going to happen? Do you think we're all going to be fucking annihilated and shit? We're all going to be dead?
Well, I'm not sure. Sometimes I wonder if it's going to be a financial collapse. That in itself would be catastrophic.
Yes. And see, what I believe, if they cut off food stamps and Social Security money, it's going to be downfall from there on up. Down, out, and done.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with you.
All food stamps and the Social Security money.
Well,
Boom.
I think there's a whole bunch of things that are going to happen, and, you know, whether or not they happen all at one time or little by little, but it does certainly speak to the people who are survivors and those who are weak.
In a week, you're going to die?
No, not in a week. I said that...
The weak are already dying right now.
What was that?
The weak are dying.
Oh, of course they are.
Yep.
Those who remain strong will the ones that would survive.
So, how am I surviving?
Well, I don't know you, so I really can't answer that question with a very fair answer.
Yeah, but I am the weak person. I am the weak.
Well, then are you prepared to die?
Well, I guess when the government shuts down, then I will die.
You have no fight left in you?
I am not going to go against the government.
Why not?
Because the government gives me food stamps and other subsidies. And if I don't have those, I will die.
Well, see, I have no problem with people who receive food stamps and subsidies because there are a lot of people that need them.
I will die if I don't get those subsidies. And I don't have money. I am very poor. I'm very poor, and I have no money, and I've starved to death. I've lived in my dad was an alcoholic, and we almost starved. I almost starved to death several times.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't have government money, I will die. Are you going to get me? Are you going to send me money to stay alive then? When the government shuts down?
Well, I'll tell you what. I've been playing the North Carolina, what is that, the Powerball? And I have a lot of things that I would like to do with that kind of money if I win it. The problem is people need to prove to me, and not that I am higher than thou, but people need to prove to me that they are worthy of it. I'm not going to just hand out money to people who say they need it. They need to show me that they need it. I need it. I'm taking care of an 8-month-old baby on one income. I could use that money.
Well, I need money to stay alive. I don't really know what I'm saying anymore, to be honest. So, you know, I'm very poor. I'm so broke. Well, I'm not. I'm living off government money. I have mental issues. I've been on several different medications. They don't work, and they cause severe side effects. You know, so I'm on the side of the common people. I am the.
You're on the side of the common people, or you are the common people, brother?
Oh, Chuck, it's Alan.
Hey, man. What's going on?
I said I would call in. I don't know if I should have really called in though.
No problem. I was out of the room here because I was taking care of something, but here I am again. So what were you guys discussing? I kind of missed it. I heard your voice and just chimed in real quick.
Well, I just said that I'm not part of. I have mental issues and stuff, and alcoholism issues, and you know the that's what I was saying.
Ah, well, you are your own animal, that's for sure. Right?
I am just a human being.
Yep, that's what I meant.
I'm not part of the alien race with the advanced UFO fucking shit and all the other advanced technology shit, laser beams and whatnot.
If you were given a ticket to go to Mars one way, would you go?
No.
Why not?
Because I want to stay on Earth. Fuck that. I ain't dying on fucking Mars. All those idiots, they're all going to die on there when they get sent there.
Well, you'd be one of the few bodies on Mars that we know of. I mean, that would make you different in death, no?
No, fuck that. They're not going to be...
I'm sorry, man. I'm just asking crazy questions because I don't know where this is all coming from, but I was just like, well, you know, think about it, though. Would I go there to be a unique individual happening to be on Mars and get to die there? I don't know.
No. I'm not going there.
No, I didn't say you. I was thinking to myself when the question was asked, would I go?
Can you pass my wine, please?
I'm not going to Mars.
No, dude, I'm not trying to send you.
I want beer.
But what if there was an endless...
No beer on Mars.
What if there was an endless supply of free beer on Mars? Would you go then?
I would. Nope. Why?
Yes, I would go.
See, you would go to Mars if there was an endless supply of free beer.
And I could live for, what, 3 days or 4 days or...
An endless supply would only last you for 3 days? No.
I think he's saying he would drink himself to death if he had an endless supply of beer.
Oh.
Is that what you mean?
No, but on Mars, how long would we live for? Like a couple days or a week or two? Or...
Well, maybe you'd live as long as your food and water holds out.
Well, fuck that. I'm staying on Earth.
How about if your life got extended by going to Mars?
Yeah, but if my life got extended, then I don't know. I'm not going to Mars.
I definitely would not go.
That's it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you don't have to go to Mars, Alan.
I'm not going to Mars.
All right.
Cool, man. Listen, just one.
I'm on Earth. I'm drinking my beer.
Cool. Look, before this descends into something strange, which I think it's too late for that, but before it descends into something strange, just want to say, man, love you, and I'm glad that you're a listener. So, just so you know that.
Yes, that definitely makes sense. And I don't really know what else to say besides that I'm a human being, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I'm a human being.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah,
It'd be kind of weird if I was talking to, like, a cat.
I can't picture how.
No, you're not talking to any. What, cat?
Yeah, a cat.
No. Okay. I want to have an intellectual conversation about something.
Awesome. What do you want to talk about?
Well, you take the guess and I'll talk about it.
Take a guess?
Take a guess. By the way, anybody else who wants to join in, I don't know if Kim has mentioned the phone number recently, but 718...
No, I've been occupied.
Okay, 718-717-8296. You can jump on in this conversation. Also, if you're on the Charles.Ochelli Skype list, you can get in on this as well. If not, just send a contact request and I'll add you. How about that? So, feel free to join in on the discussion.
I feel like I should hang up soon.
Well, if you want to hang up, brother, go right ahead, and we'll just continue on with whatever it is we're going to do. But appreciate you calling in.
But I don't know if I want to hang up. But I don't know what I want to say, though. So, what do you want to talk about, Chuck? I haven't talked to you in a while.
This is true. I have no ideas, man. I was dealing with other things outside of the room, so I wasn't paying attention to the show, and I'm just kind of...
Oh. Well, I don't really care. I mean, there's nothing...
Right.
The whole world we live in with billions of people,
mm-hmm.
There's nothing to try to figure out because there's so many billions of people.
Well, Kim...
I can't figure out billions of fucking people.
You're right. Well, Kim, what do you want to do here?
Speechless.
There's a Skype message.
Hold on. How do I do that?
Well, anyway, you go there, and then you take a look at who sent you a message.
Oh, Liam.
Yeah.
Hey, Liam. He's not on yet, though.
Oh, okay. Well, if Liam wants to join in, he can. No problem. Just ring the Skype through. But did you want to end the conversation with Alan? I think he was saying that he might want to, but he's not sure. You want to just end the conversation? I don't even know where this thing went. So.
Well, he was telling me that he needed government for subsidies and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens when they cut off the food stamps?
Well, in some sectors of the country, chaos.
Well, I don't think they ever will because too many people rely on them.
Until it's really time.
All these people talk about, all these anti-fucking government people talk about food stamps.
I'm not.
They cut off food stamps, and then no one has food stamps, and then we're all gonna die. I'll die. I'll die tomorrow if I don't have my food stamps. I will die of starvation.
Well, I really do hope that you don't die tomorrow. No.
Well,
you gotta go.
What about like planting your own garden? I know you can buy vegetables with food stamps.
No, where I live, I can't plant a garden.
Why not? There's buckets and dirt. Whoa, what was that? Did you fall down?
Party foul.
Oh, the beer bottle spilt over.
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of
That's
beer.
That's alcohol abuse.
What?
Yeah.
That is alcohol.
They were empty, though, at least. But now, I don't have any plot of... Do you have a piece of land I can live on to where I can plant vegetables? I will. I'll move there right now and plant
Well, I'll
vegetables.
tell you right now, we live in a city, and I have a back deck, and I have 8 buckets from Home Depot that I fill with dirt, and I plant my seeds, and I grow my own vegetables from it. You don't need an acre worth of land to grow your own vegetables.
I don't. I want to live off grid. If you know anybody, and Chuck knows my Facebook page. He knows anybody that has a farm I could live on. Please send me that message.
Okay.
I certainly will.
I will pass it along, that's for sure.
Because I need to live on a farm. I'm living in a small, little, tiny place, and I'm going nuts. And I will hang up the phone and let you guys have the phone left for the rest of the night.
Alrighty. Look, man, thanks for calling in.
Yes, and God bless all of you guys.
All right. God bless you. Have a good night, brother. Stay safe.
Thank you for calling, Alan.
Okay, and God bless you all.
You too.
And send me a message to live on a farm.
You got it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Good God.
See, now, they're going to hear that a minute later, but, yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Anyhow, so what topics were you on? Because I missed all this fun.
I was telling them that, well, I had a really nice caller.
Can I have a lighter, by the way? Who was the nice caller?
No. Oh, here. I'm going to flick my Bic, so somebody said every time they hear my lighter go off, they're going to have a shot. There it is. Shoot away.
I used to do that at the top
Chuck
of my
has
show.
far more patience than I do. Let me just tell you that right now. I got no room for that. Anyway, what was I talking about?
That I don't know. I came in, you were talking to this guy.
My brain is turning to fucking marbles.
You know, it's better if it's silly putty, because that way you can actually pick up the characters.
You know
from
what?
the
I always hated
newspapers.
silly putty. You know what else I always hated?
What's
that? Play-Doh shit.
You don't like Play-Doh?
Fuck no.
Wow. Okay. I thought you would have hated something like the Super Slime.
Don't like Play-Doh, and I don't like Easy Bake Ovens. Anyway, Hopper's still there, so I want to... Not that I'm ignoring anybody.
Well, yeah, you were going to engage in some discussion with Hopper
yes,
before,
I
weren't
wanted
you?
to ask Hopper, because he did make it known to me that his children, I don't know how many he has, but that they are all non-vax. And I was curious about how he handled schooling. Did they go to public school? Did he homeschool them? And granted, my son is only 8 months old, so I do have a little time to go. But I want to try to become as knowledgeable as I can before that time comes, so I'm not sitting there with my finger in my ass wondering, oh, what do I do now?
Yeah, see, I got scolded because I did a vaccine show recently, and I was trying to get to that point.
Hopper, you best not buy Play-Doh for Frankie for his birthday.
Oh.
I'm going to make him, you know what I'll do?
What?
I'll let him play with Play-Doh, and I'll send him a big, giant something. I don't know what.
But you're not as drunk as our last caller, so it's okay.
Oh, God, no.
You got,
I don't think that's possible.
Okay, the cigarette is backwards.
That's because I'm not lighting it yet.
Yeah, you took it out of your mouth.
See if I do that?
I know, but you took it out of your mouth.
Here comes the
you
light.
You almost lit the filter, but okay.
Drink up. All right.
Drink up. Happy hour is now enforced by law.
We don't participate. All right. How do you educate your children? Do you educate them in a way that things that interest them, like I don't know, gardening or like shop or science, stuff like that? I know not the typical, public school curriculum, but what is it that you teach them so that they can grow up and be self-sufficient? And also, how do you socialize? Do you live in a community where homeschooling is the norm? Because where we live right now, it's not the norm. And I don't want my son or our son to go to public school. So I would like to get information about what you need to do and how to socialize them, because my biggest fear is if he is homeschooled, he's going to be isolated. And I don't want him turning into a hermit where...
Well, there are programs that exist where you can, get everything together from, from physical activity to other sorts of activities. If you've got like-minded people, they could collectively plant a garden somewhere on a piece of property. You just get together with other homeschool parents. You got to network it.
Yeah, but you got to find a place to live where that exists. Where we are right now, that's...
But have you done the looking, really, to see if anybody's...
Honey, we live in an all-black neighborhood. They all go to public school on the little yellow school bus.
Well, yes, but we do have neighboring towns where that's not necessarily the case, right? I mean, that's the thing. You got to really examine this stuff, on a case-by-case basis, and hopefully by the time he is school age, we'll have moved on to somewhere else. That's the other thing. I'm really not planning on remaining here until the day I die.
No, I think I want to go.
Unless it's tomorrow, in which case, well, there you go.
Well, no, it won't be tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be too easy.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it because I flow with the breeze, but it'd be a little tough. But how about socializing? Oh, let's see. It's not true. Homeschool kids tend to be more sociable, but sociable with who? People that are in the public school district, or like, do you live in a community where what you believe is the norm? The homeschooling. Is that normal? I hate that term. Is that
typical?
Typical. That's a better word. I don't like normal. Normal does not exist. So I'm just kind of curious about that because there are a lot of things that I would like to teach Francis how to do. And I also, I don't agree with, there was this big thing in New Jersey where we used to live that, it might be everywhere too, but there's some kind of standardized testing that they're trying to push on all these kids. And the governor of New Jersey, Krispy Kreme, he could not answer like 2 or 3 of the questions. Some of the teachers couldn't answer the questions. And it's nearly impossible for these kids to pass. Now, to me, every mind is different. So to have a standardized test is absolute bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
The problem is there a canon of acceptable knowledge which is a prerequisite for getting through, your adolescence? Is there a set of knowledge which is required by all to function in the world? Well, in a way, I guess you could definitely set that agenda in all different directions. Our worldview is going to be quite a bit different from the standard out there. So, I mean, what we believe our child needs to know is going to be a different story from others. But at the same time, there are certain universal things, like mathematics, like scientific principle, and things like that, which are necessary. So, standardized testing, it's got its pros and cons. I don't think it should be, this big, heavy piece of the grade necessarily, but it definitely has its place.
Well, you and I disagree on how public school is. Like you think that they should teach a child how to learn in a certain way. Well, in my opinion, I don't think kids learn the same way in general. Like, in order for me to remember something, I have to write it down. And I will never forget it. But if you ask me to read it, I after the first page, forget it.
You can't expect your government re-education camps to cater to every single mindset.
Well, hence homeschooling.
Right. So that's why you do it.
Teach your kid how to learn in the
right,
constructs of how they're
Right, because
capable of
we'll
learning.
actually care about them learning as opposed to just, pushing our agenda and getting things through that, have been required of us to get through to the student body. We'll actually get them. But here's the thing. What is the acceptable and agreeable, levels of knowledge that can be gained in a public school?
Honestly, I think just socializing.
Well, I think there's more to it than that. I mean, are you prepared to teach the basic principles of mathematics, you think?
Well, no, that's your job. I'm English.
Oh, you're English. Okay. Well, I mean,
At the moment, no, because I have a glass of wine.
No problem. But what would be your strategy for teaching English, to our son? Would you want him to, would reading be the stress point of your curriculum, or would you choose writing, or would you choose, proper grammar? What is it? I mean,
What the hell is that?
I think we just got a contact request. You gotta put the. See, I keep the Skype up front.
Oh.
I keep the Skype up front. No. Okay. It's
What'd
okay.
I do?
It's all right. Just who is that?
Oh, Liam wants to know if he can call in too. I think this might be Hopper.
Oh well, accept that.
I did, and let me go to Liam.
Right. So if you're on the Skype list, do feel free to join in, Liam or Hopper or whoever else happens to be trying to contact us. Go right ahead and call in. We'll add you in to the discussion.
Well, I think that writing. What was that?
That's a message that nobody heard on the air.
Oh, I think that creative writing is very stimulating.
Mm-hmm.
It helps the imagination.
Right.
Personally, I'm not a poet. I'm not a writer. That kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I would love to teach. I think somebody in the chat room mentioned about teaching him an instrument. Frankie, I would love for him to learn how to play the drums. I would love for him to play the guitar, the flute, the violin, whatever.
I'm going to place some instruments in front of him. Oh, there we go. There's somebody calling in.
All right, Bill Boast.
Well, I don't usually give out their Skype names.
Oh,
who do we got?
Hey, who's that? Hello,
hey.
How are you?
Hey.
Hey.
Cool, you got it.
Who is this?
Who are we?
This is Hopper.
Hey, Hopper.
Hopper, what's up?
Hey, still trying to figure out how to use Skype.
No problem.
Me too.
You see the little camera icon on the lower bar there?
Yeah.
Go ahead and click on that to shut off your camera.
Okay.
There you go. Now we have just your picture, and now your audio will be clear. And there
Are you riding a motorcycle?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, our camera's set on the back side of a piece of tape.
Yeah, no, I saw that it was taped over with some kind of Scotch tape or packing tape.
There you go.
Yep, I could see that, but the thing is, it actually, when we're on the radio, if you have the video going, this is just for future reference. If you have the video going, it kind of screws up the sound a little bit.
Excuse me, was that a lighter that I just heard?
Yeah.
Drink up, people.
See, now you got to come up with a little meme for the Jaded drinking game and put it on the Jaded page.
All right.
That's your next move.
Every time you hear a bic, have a drink.
There you go. And Liam just messaged you.
Oh.
So you go.
So yeah, this whole homeschooling thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just tell them all to fuck off.
Okay.
That's pretty much what you do.
I can do that.
They're going to tell you, oh, we want you to jump through this little hoop or that little hoop or this or that. It's bullshit. They want you to. You're not required to. Of course they want you to. They want to write down every fucking thing you give them. Mm-hmm. But you don't give them anything. I've chased them off of my door so many times. They've never been in my house. Never. No, that's not true. One time they made it at my house as I was sliding through my front yard sideways in my Durango because I saw them going through my front door.
Ooh.
I got in there, started yelling, "Get the fuck out of here, you Nazi fucking cunt." And about 2 minutes later, they were gone. This is all while having I don't know what, 50 pot plants growing in the back of the place.
Right.
Chase them off, literally.
All right. Well,
They
you know
can
what?
stand out in the rain when they, they'll show up and it's raining, and they look up and they go, well, can I come in? It's like, no, you can stand under the eave of the roof and get wet, you moron, or get back in your car. They want to do things, but they can't make you do things.
I think we need to move where Hopper is. Well, for two reasons.
They sent us threat letters that we had to sign up, the kids for the homeschooling registry, and we looked it up online. The only thing you're required to do is request the packet. You're not required to fill it out and send it in. You're required to request it.
And to notify them that you are homeschooling for that year.
Yeah.
Hi, Mrs. Hopper.
Hello.
Now, I did read, I'm not sure what website it was. It was one of the news ones that certain states require that your homeschooled kid has to be vaccinated. Or vaccinated. Vaccinated. What the fuck?
Where's that?
I can, you know what? Next week I will get it ready and pull it up and put it in the chat room. There was a whole different color coded map that showed, for instance, where we used to live in New Jersey. If you homeschooled your kids, you weren't required to prove that your child was vaccinated.
Right.
In North Carolina, you don't have to, but if the public school asks you for their records, you have to show them.
If you're homeschooling.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the thing. There's all these different, nuances to the laws in every state. And quite honestly, I'll be more than happy to move somewhere else to avoid this crap.
That's the thing about the union is the feds like to act like they own everything, but it really is a state-by-state call. And it goes that way with everything from speed limits to insurance requirements to vaccinations, I guess. Fortunately, we're in a place where, I guess they just don't harass you. We've never actually been confronted about our vaccinations. But we don't sign our kids up for any programs. I mean, there's no Boy Scouts. There's no, like somebody said in chat earlier, YMCA, all that stuff. We don't participate.
Well, right. That's how you avoid having them harass you, from all angles.
Right.
But the other thing, though, is that you've never been called, had like a summons for court or anything over that?
Nope.
See, because in New Jersey, okay, now I know this for a fact, in New Jersey, if you didn't prove that you were adhering to a certain curriculum, even as a homeschool kid,
right,
they would turn around and bring you into court and say that you had de facto turned around and had a truant child as opposed to a homeschool child. Like you have to prove results and all this other stuff.
Yeah, we don't have any testing requirements. Like I've heard in some states where you got to once a year take a some sort of curriculum test and send it in. I just wouldn't live in those places. I just couldn't go along with it.
If you don't mind
my kids, man, my oldest boy here, he's 17. He just sold his 4th junk repair. This kid's been building little mini bikes since he was 12 years old.
Nice.
They all read, they all write, they all, the math and all that, they all get it. And if they want to pursue, if they want to be smarter in a field later, then I encourage them to pursue it. But while they're here, I'm going to teach them what I think they need to know. And they need to know, reading, writing, arithmetic, good work ethics, honesty, dignity. That's what they need to know. And, my second oldest, he went to work a week after he turned 14 at a diner. Started scrubbing dishes and making pizzas. All of our kids, as soon as they're old enough to do anything, my 12-year-old has a job as soon as he gets old enough. Guy down at the boatyard said, man, as soon as this kid is old enough, I want him down here. They're wheeler dealers. They go to the pawn shops and buy their own stuff. They work for pretty much all the money they get. I don't think I give them any. Do you give them any? No, we don't give them no money. They hustle the neighborhood for cans and lawns and shoveling and, stoking the boiler when the guy's out of town for a couple days at a time. You know, they hustle. They understand that that's what you got to do. I think you're going to get a lot more out of that in the long run than sitting at school and learning how to fill out welfare paper.
Well, exactly.
Oh, no shit.
And you
That's
get
all they teach them in school is how to fill out paperwork so they can get on a program. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And now, of course, you know, in better school districts, they're teaching them how to be, you know, little electronic slaves.
Right.
You know, and giving them their own, you know, look, you have your own personal little, you know, key into the big system here. You can enter your data. You can be a data entry person. You know.
Yeah.
But think about it. I mean, really, the way that you're talking about doing it is exactly what I was trying to say about, you know, getting them to get involved with things. They'll turn around and see. I know what that look is. It's probably like you're probably wondering what about the high school diploma and all that.
What,
right?
my look?
Yeah.
No, because I've told
I ain't got one. My wife ain't got one.
that if my kids decided, if they were my older ones before they graduated, if they wanted to quit high school and go get their GED, go ahead. Because I think the public school system is a fucking joke.
Right. When I finally yanked my daughter out of public school, it was because of my ex-wife, of course. She was very mainstream. She had her GED within like 6 months and was going to junior college at the age of 17. And it wasn't because she was like overly smart or anything. It's just because that's what she wanted to do.
Right.
You know, she wanted to learn. She wanted to learn the family business at the time and wanted to grow dope with this. So I told her, well, go to school and learn botany.
I think
learn
we
how
need
plants
to
grow.
Montana.
You know,
Is that where we're talking about, Montana?
Yeah, I'm in central Montana.
Yeah, I think we're going to investigate that.
That might have to happen.
You know, if you're used to New Jersey and, you know, you got drastic seasons, it's probably not going to be a big deal. That's the only thing. You know, we got real drastic seasons. I mean, it's 90s in the summer and it's minus 30 in the winter sometimes.
Yeah, well.
Whereas this year it didn't get down below minus 25, which is real nice.
Yeah, we'll have a slightly colder winter than we were used to.
Well,
right.
My whole thing with the public education is, you know, back when we were kids, you push, you do your best you fucking can, right? You go to college, and then for the next 40 fucking years, you're paying
Sure.
school loan.
Yeah.
For what? For a fucking job that you can't even get because you're too busy slinging burgers at McDonald's. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
you know what my wife's sister has learned how to do in the last 12 years that she's gone to college?
What's that?
Show up on time and go to school. That's all she's fucking learned. She's a goddamn moron.
There you go.
Complete moron. Liberal moron, mind you. Might as well be driving a Mack truck off the side of a bridge. It's ridiculous. It really is.
Well, no, see, a Mack truck off the side of a bridge would at least provide us with an interesting piece of viral video, maybe, and some
in this day and
entertainment.
age, I bet we get 3 different angles.
Right, we'd get some entertainment out of that, but really, the type of stupidity you're talking about isn't even remotely entertaining. So,
all she knows how to do is sign up for another program, another class, you know, go do her studies. And, you know, it's not like nobody should be doing it. I ain't saying that, I guess. But there's a time and place for everything. You know, when you're in your prime, which obviously is between the age of 15 and, 45, you should be hustling. You should be working. You know, back in the day, academics was for older people. It really was. You were you were in your 40s or 50s when you went to higher learning of knowledge. That's what was normal. Not this going to some college at the age of 19 and learn how to fuck off for 4 more years.
Right.
And not that some good things don't come from it. It takes all walks, obviously. But it seems like lately, everybody just... I think this is what it comes down to. We're water. What does water do?
Evaporate.
It takes path of least resistance.
Oh, well, that's
true.
And to put off getting into the real world for 4 more years is the path of least resistance. Even if you're doing studies, you know, even if you're, you know, maybe working a part-time job or something, it's still the path of least resistance. You go down and sign up with the concrete guy down at the corner that's pouring 4 slabs a week, you're busting your ass. That ain't easy.
Right,
You're learning how to work. You're learning how to do something, a trade.
Well, see, what I always wanted to do was find some sort of area where I have maybe, I don't need a lot, an acre, half an acre. I'd like to have my own chickens. I'd like to grow my own garden. I'd like to be able to teach my children how to take care of that. And then, also the intellectual things like reading and writing and all that kind of stuff. But it almost seems impossible to do that when you're stuck in kind of like the rut we're in.
Right.
So, my whole thing is, you know what? Fuck it. Pack what you can in your van and head on out.
Sometimes that works. I couldn't live over there. Honestly, I couldn't do it. There'd be no way. No way.
Or, North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to Florida once. The only time I've been east of the Mississippi. I flew back. I wasn't even looking back at it.
Right.
Because on the east side of the Mississippi, I'm not even interested, and I spent about 6 hours in Kansas and started heading west again. That was all I could take.
Wow. That's something right there.
Well,
I named my truck Toto when I left because
Awesome.
we weren't in Kansas anymore.
Man,
Well-
you would have a nervous breakdown in New Jersey, man.
Yeah. Something would happen. It'd be in the
would.
paper, I can guarantee you that.
Oh, I'm sure. I've
Front
tried to
page.
explain this to people, and they tell me I'm out of my mind. But you know what? If you go to the Northeast, there's this overall stress factory that seems to shape everybody. That's there. It's just the overall atmosphere. You just become immersed in it, and it becomes normal. And the big plus to coming at least further south is that that's not there anymore.
Right.
We don't have a lot of friends. This is what the trouble is, though. We are having trouble making friends.
Right.
Where we are, because we're weird for a couple of reasons.
Well, everybody you're around obviously is okay with it. So if you're not okay with being there and being in that environment, then there must be something wrong with you.
Yeah, well, right. That's part of the problem. The other problem is that we just happen to land through no sort of planning of our own in an area where we are the palest of the neighbors, with the exception of one guy. Was that a good way to put that? So
Very eloquent.
there is a dissociative thing that goes on here, and it's more.
Well, and you're running around with a hussy in a minivan. Come on.
Well, that too.
There you have it.
That too.
Who's gonna like you, dude?
Not many.
I don't even want people to like me, though. Honestly, I don't want people to like me, but I do need a couple of associates here and there.
Right.
Right. Just
Where
so
we're at, it's sparsely populated. We live in what I call a small town. My wife grew up in a really, really small town. But, it's still some sort of urban sprawl in a sense. I mean, we're 5 miles out of town and there's still neighbors.
Mm-hmm. See,
I can't just walk out the door and start unloading a pistol or something. That'd be kind of rude.
So, but you do have some modern convenience, but your neighbors aren't like able to look out their window and look directly into yours, is what you're saying.
No.
Fuck that. I hate that shit.
I lived in a town called Ocean Grove in New Jersey, where literally you could hand somebody something from one house to the next. Okay?
Nice.
Yeah.
I just want to say that we added in Liam to the call. Hey, Liam, what's going on? Did you leave me, Liam?
No, I was muted. I was listening to you guys not loving the East Coast. So.
You were muted?
Yes.
You're not allowed to mute on my show.
I am...
I think that was Liam's very kind and courteous way of saying, fuck you.
Fuck you.
No. There was no fucking.
No fucking.
I was just...
Damn. It's a boring...
I was just coming and listening to people say that they couldn't be even in... The Florida's not the East Coast, by the way. Florida's the deep south meets Israel. So it's totally different than the East Coast.
Yeah, no doubt.
It must be that much, but it's all a grid. As soon as I went over the Mississippi River, every map, how can anybody get lost on the other side of that river? How is it even possible? I mean, as soon as you go over it, everything turns into like 1 or 2 or 5 mile grids. I was blown away.
Well, it's like that Los Angeles is a giant, messy, oily grid, and San Francisco. But you're not talking about the West Coast either.
No, I'm not.
No, L.A. belongs to another planet anyway, dude. I could not even begin to subsist out there for some
But
reason.
Arkansas is on the other side. I mean, Tennessee, Arkansas, you got a lot of stuff that's not even remotely, Appalachia is not even remotely like, the East Coast is so different from place to place, but it's all fueled by the same thing. It's all fueled by oil, the same place as everybody, same thing as everybody else. It all runs on oil, nothing else.
Everything has to be fueled by something.
Yeah.
We're not just going to sit around.
Well, we will.
My mom, she has the nerve every now and again to bitch about the price of gas to me, and she gets the same answer every time. Say, Mom, I want you to go walk out the door, run down to the grocery store, and carry home your week's groceries. I don't hear anything for another couple months. So gas is cheap if you got to carry your groceries home.
I do that, actually.
Okay.
I don't.
Because I'm new, where's everybody from? I'm in Florida, by the way. I didn't grow up here. I grew up in different parts of like Boston, New York, and hillbilly Pennsylvania. But don't hold it against me. You probably wouldn't.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There you go.
Schmutzy will know that.
We're in central Montana.
See.
Oh yeah, you're
I will end up in Montana.
We live about 10 miles from the Continental Divide Trail.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are they fracking up there?
Over in eastern Montana, they are. We moved out there in an RV a couple years ago. Whole family, all 6 of us, 2 dogs and a cat, right out in the middle of oil country.
Oh, your retarded cat. How is he?
Yeah. He's dying.
Oh.
It won't be long.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
What's the shale? It's not the Bakken. What's it called?
No, it's the Bakken. It's the
is?
western part of the Bakken. Yeah.
What's under you? Are they coming? Are they going to come for you over there?
Over here. What do you mean?
You guys have shale under your feet?
No, no. We're sitting on gold and gemstone reserves where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Hopper, how much is that trailer you got for rent?
It's not much.
Yeah, well, private message me, man.
Can you pan out there?
Only if we go about 600 yards over to the river.
Oh, okay. So too hard.
I can't actually do it right here in the yard. I don't think.
Probably not.
We just added another caller. I think it's 727.
It's the
What?
It's the idiot drunk again, but I won't talk. I'll listen in.
Who is it?
It's Alan again.
Who?
Alan.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Alan.
Hi.
He said he won't talk. He'll just listen in.
Oh, all right.
I'll listen in.
That takes all the fun out of calling in, don't it?
See, I just want to...
I'm too retarded to talk right now, but I'll listen in.
Listen, that's awesome that you're aware of that, and I praise you to the highest for that reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember the bright lights coming toward you mean you're in the wrong lane.
Possibly.
I aim to the right of the light.
In this country, yes. Oh.
I've been sitting here looking in the chat room. I see Captain. Where's Road Dog?
He might be passed out on a sidewalk.
Oh,
sweet.
Well, that happens.
He'll have to catch the replay.
Hey, you know what? My replay last week got cut from YouTube because of the void.
Oh, yeah, because we played that song, which was obviously too close to the Black Sabbath version of itself. So, sorry about that.
Oops.
By the way, my disclaimer for the week. I am not responsible for any of the material which is aired on the Jaded show. So, this is all Kim's machination.
Nice try.
I just want everybody to know that.
Good God.
I'll claim responsibility for some of the good stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You got it. You do inspire a lot of different things in the chat room, man, and I'm glad you called in. Never called my
Yeah, I'm a regular asshole.
never called my show, though, but okay.
Who's an asshole?
Hopper says he's an asshole.
He is.
Charles,
Oh.
when's your show on? Is it 8 to 10?
My show's on 8 to 10 on Saturdays. See, thank you, Liam. My show's on 8 to 10 Saturdays, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays it's on 6 to 8, which confuses people, yes.
Yeah, that's really confusing. Why? Okay, so I'll shoot for a Tuesday or a Thursday because I'm always out. It's fine. 6 to 8. Okay.
Is that our
You got it.
ashtray?
At the moment, I
That's
don't know.
lame.
Well, I don't know where the other one went. You knocked it down at some
It's on
point,
the
and
floor.
it's gone.
No, it's right. Oh.
You're asking a blind man to find things on the floor in the dimly lit room.
Use your foot.
What would you like me to use my foot for,
The
Kim?
ashtray.
Looks like Rogue got up off the sidewalk and came inside of the computer.
Oh.
Nice.
Hey, there he is.
Thank you for peeling yourself up off the carpet,
Hi,
Road Dog.
Road Dog.
Yeah.
I think Rogue's probably good people, from what I can tell.
That's what I thought.
You just don't want to get in trouble with them.
Am I a good person?
Of
Can't
course
tell.
you are, Alan.
Today.
Am I a bad person?
No, you're not a bad person.
No, man. I told you when you hung up before that I love you, dude. All right. So whatever you do or say.
I have a memory problem. I don't remember.
What?
What?
I didn't
I
understand.
don't remember anything.
Oh well, it's okay. It wasn't important anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, you remembered the number.
You got the call-in number correct though.
So can I call? Why can't I call you after the show?
Because we're busy.
I turn away from the computer after the show a lot of times, Alan. That's why.
Y'all may take that as you wish. Anywho.
So when can I call?
When or why?
You're on right now.
Huh?
My name's
Now, this is
Alan.
like a Dr. Demento call.
Oh,
You
Liam.
make
Dead-
fun
the dead
of
puppets
mention
come
ill
on.
people.
Old people? What about old people?
I'm not. I am 80 years old. I turned 29 recently. Okay.
Well,
I'd rather have a bottle in front of
I'm
me.
getting old.
I do.
29 years old. I'm getting old.
Oh, please. You're a baby.
Might be drunk, but at least I'm not insane.
very
I'm
good.
both. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, I'm not going into no advanced discussions about anything.
I hope this goes in the time capsule when the aliens come to the planet.
I want this to be the representation of what the collection of humanity's expressions are.
This and
Okay.
Democracy in America by Tocqueville, and anything that Larry Flint ever put his hands on. Caligula.
Caligula, perfect.
Just in case it goes into the time capsule, I want for the record to reflect that my storybook says I am the righteous one. Okay?
Very good. And I'll tell you what else. There's one more thing that needs to go into that time capsule that I hope they get a hold of, and it's just any comic book. Insert your favorite. Okay.
Yeah. X-Men circa 1983. Thank you.
Oh, there you go.
Well, back to some, serious stuff.
Yeah?
Billy Hopper, I want to talk to you about that trailer.
Okay, all right. We'll talk. I wanted to mention, how old was Coy when he first did this comic strip? Our second
11,
oldest
12?
homeschooler, he was 12 when he was first published with his first comic strip
Wow.
at the local paper here. Yeah.
What's it called? Plug it.
It's what was it called?
The
Chillin' with Dylan.
Chillin' with Dylan.
Yeah.
Was in the Blackfoot.
In the Blackfoot Valley paper. Yeah. It's pretty cool. He didn't get paid for it or nothing, but they got him.
He got paid
did a
in
regular.
free newspapers.
Oh yeah, we got free newspapers.
Hey, you know what?
Kindle.
But it helps build his portfolio.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
See, you and your wife are the kind of people we need to help us get on, not that I would like hang out with you forever, but unless you're like a whole lot of fun, but the kind of people we need to mold us into what we need to be for our son, because where we are now,
Right.
It's just not working in the revolutionary, evolutionary, or rudimentary sense here. This is what the problem is. So,
I hear you. I do. I hear you.
It's frustrating because you know what? I'm tired of people looking at me like, again, I took Francis out to the store today, and people are always saying, "Oh my God, look at how bright and beautiful his eyes are," and rather than start this huge argument at the Piggly Wiggly, I just say, "Oh, thank you very much." But in my mind, I say, that's because he's not vaccinated. That child has not seen a doctor since.
Well, you better not ever get that kid vaccinated, damn it!
Who's yelling at me?
That's the drunk guy that said he wouldn't talk.
Don't ever get him vaccinated!
You made me
Don't ever get him vaccinated!
I gotta be recording this. This is exactly what the pro-vaccine council wants to hear.
Yes, I know.
When we go in front of a congressional hearing, they're gonna pull this out.
Man, you're part of the CIA, you fucking dickhead. Get off the goddamn phone. I don't really care what you're recording.
Ooh.
Wherever the fuck you are, I don't really give a fuck. But don't ever get that kid vaccinated ever.
Not gonna happen while I'm breathing.
It's amazing that the
God.
ability to make subtle
I
jokes.
don't know who you are.
Slightly more alcohol and the ability to understand or communicate with human beings.
Whatever the fuck you are. I don't know who you are. I've never heard you.
Good entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the shadows on the wall saying now, Plato?
Oh, that's gonna go way over a lot of people's heads. Ooh.
Well, that call was dropped.
Liam, on a personal note, I do want to get you on my show soon.
Oh, I've been on your show. I really enjoyed it. You're a great host. You're so bright. You've lived such a varied and interesting life. And I want to thank Mr. Spock. I think that was Mr. Spock a minute ago for injecting some of his Vulcan logic.
Yep. Well, the Vulcan death grip has its place.
That was wild.
Who did we just add?
I don't know. I added somebody else here with this really kooky-looking cartoon.
Yeah, but I agree with Angry McDrunky. Don't ever get the kid vaccinated.
Oh my God! Who did I just add in?
Drunk nights,
I think with the vaccination thing, the big part of it, we don't vaccinate our dogs, and we breed healers. And when we give them to somebody, we tell them up front, the dog's not vaccinated. And we don't recommend you do it until it at least weighs, a certain amount. We usually call it about 6 to 8 months before you really do anything. And the same thing goes with kids. You vaccinate someone that's, 18, 19 years old, maybe they're going to travel overseas or join the military, whatever it is they want to fucking do, and they got to jump through the hoops to do it. I don't think it's going to affect them like it is when they're 8 months old, a year and a half old, 6 years old, 9 years old, 12 years old.
You have Gulf War syndrome, and you do have the effect of heavy metals in the nervous system, and of course,
I know a guy that died from that. I mean, we found him, but when that happens, it's different because now that's a conscious human being making a decision to get it or not to get it.
No, we're in agreement that it's bad.
Kids aren't. How does it work? Kids don't have rights until they're an adult. Now, whether that's they file to the court early to be a registered adult, or they come of age and be an adult. So, by you vaccinating a kid, you're not allowing them to make that decision themselves because they're not in a position to make it themselves. You make it for them.
Right.
Right.
I think that's dangerous.
This is my whole argument for why I didn't want to vaccinate, regardless of what scientific data I had examined. just based on my suspicion that it would be a problem and that he should make that decision for himself. If he chooses to go get that stuff, injected into himself later, then that is his business. If somebody chooses to destroy themselves, that is also their business. I would be very sad if he did so, but I would rather that choice was reserved for him.
There you go, man. You're the fucking hammer. That's the fucking nail.
I think I added Schmutzy into the call. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing?
All right. How's our Jersey friend?
Well, we're surviving somehow.
How much snow you got up there tonight? 10 inches?
We don't have any. We had about 6 inches yesterday.
That's right on the money, Chuck.
I just finished shoveling.
Oh, fuck that.
Right on the money.
It is what it is. I got some extra salt. Whether or not I need to use it. If not, I'll keep it for next year.
I raked my front lawn because it was 75 degrees out today. Woo!
Oh, go screw yourself.
Thank you. Perhaps I will later.
No, that's fine. Whatever. But
Thusly, why I have no time to discuss anything after the show. Okay.
Where is that mash?
I still can't find it.
Can you get me another one?
I will.
Okay.
Go ahead. Continue on.
All right.
Getting back to the vaccine thing, I'm kind of in agreement.
Fashion your cup and drink out of the bottle.
Oh, that's true. I should just drink out of the bottle. Anyhow.
Yeah, drinking out of the bottle is probably, a lot more potent than, do a shot. But, with the vaccine people, if you were to give, let's say, a little kid, if you were to line up 6 shots for a kid and have them drink that, they would probably, protest against that. But, you're doing basically the same thing. You're cocktailing a bunch of different vaccines. You're giving them, giving it to them at the same time. Not to mention the fact that, the stuff in the vaccine, the preservatives, what they call, aren't necessarily, the best things for them. So, maybe that's a little bit too much, and maybe that'll fry your nervous system. They would think that if, let's say, you would line up shots and give a kid a shot, the shots, that would be bad. But vaccines for some reason are different, and that's okay. I don't get that.
Well, I have a son that was adopted when he was a foster baby, and the only shot he got in the hospital was the Hep B, which to me makes no sense because I'm pretty sure my son in my womb was not having unprotected sex.
Yeah, exactly.
Or getting tattoos. However,
it's always some really freaky reason that nobody else. Let's say if they're living outside of the wild side. These are reasons that they would never ever run into these issues.
Well, I will tell you what, Chuck put up one hell of a fight with that doctor because he had needle drawn and ready to go, and he's like, "Oh, hell no. No." And the only reason that my son got the vitamin K shot was because
they slipped that one in before.
Yeah,
I had
on the baby's cord was wrapped like 3 times, and they had to knock me out. And before they could tell Chuck what was going on, they gave him the vitamin K shot. But my older son, who was adopted, he only had the shot from the hospital. And when of course, you have to follow the state rules, I took him to the doctor, and they gave him 8 shots at one time, 4 in each leg. And I guarantee you that is what caused my son to have, to be on the spectrum.
Exactly. Nobody...
Guarantee it.
They used to not do that. I remember, years ago, and even, let's say, when I was a kid, they didn't do that. You got your shot for whatever, you needed. Let's say one at a time, and then that was it. But, right now, they're trying to cocktail everything all at once. And, you can't tell me that, if you have all these, let's say, diseases, even if they're, let's say, in reduced form, and you inject them into, let's say, a healthy body, that they're not going to do something. There's not going to be a reaction. That's just too much. Normally bodies handle one disease at a time.
Schmutzy, you still there?
I'm there.
Oh, okay. It's the body is designed to naturally fight off this stuff. And
Yes.
usually the only time that one of these diseases everybody's worried about could take effect is if you're deficient in another area. And, you know, go figure with the diet that everybody has these days that they would want to thwart off other stuff preventively. You can't hardly blame them for it, but I don't think they realize the, actual, not side effects, but the natural effects of putting that shit in your body is going to do to you.
No,
And
exactly.
why would they care? They're eating fucking Big Macs and Whoppers, 8 days a week.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do that. That's automatically. That's reducing, let's say, the body's capability of fighting off illnesses. The diet itself. The human body can sustain itself, but you have to feed it the right things. And right now, people aren't feeding the their bodies the right things. Most of the kids that I see, the toddlers, or for lack of a better word, they all look like they're brain damaged.
Right.
I remember when I was a kid. We weren't that retarded, or maybe my memory's bad. But some of these kids, they can't even walk straight.
Right.
Something's frying them.
Well, I had it muted before, so by accident, but I don't know if anybody heard that I had a son that was adopted out of foster care, and the only shot he had was be out of the hospital. And
Right.
when I took him to the doctor, because state rule, I had to. They gave him 8 shots. They gave him 4 in each leg, and I guarantee you that is what caused him to become on the spectrum. And, what am I supposed to do about it? He wasn't legally my son, so I had to follow the rules, but to me, that's fucking bullshit.
It is. They hamstring you whichever way. For some reason, you don't own yourself, and you don't own, and you don't have any kind of jurisdiction over, the people that, you supposedly, that means something to you. But, they're all encompassing.
It all comes down to the individual. You only have the rights you're willing to take.
That's right.
If you're not willing to go through the trouble of standing in front of the judge or being arrested or throwing the commotion, then you don't deserve that right to feel the way you want about it.
Well, how many of you had chicken pox and didn't drop dead?
I went to a chicken pox party.
Right.
Exactly.
I remember, one year when I was in college, there was a measles, outbreak, and they made you take the measles vaccine because, if you didn't take the vaccine, they wouldn't give you your diploma. But I had already had the measles, so I'm like,
sure.
What's this deal?
Well, see, I didn't understand that to begin with because I don't know how old you are, but being in my 40s, I know that the MMR vaccine existed when I was little.
Yeah. I'm going on 42.
Okay, you're the same age as me. Okay, and here's the deal. We had an MMR vaccine. Not quite the same cocktail they have now.
Exactly.
But we had it, and we still got, some of these diseases.
Yeah, sure.
I don't ever remember getting rubella, but, I don't know anybody who's actually gotten rubella. Does anybody ever... Actually, that's an interesting question.
Isn't that German measles?
Pretty much. Has anybody ever known anybody who got rubella?
How bad could it be?
Well, here's my thing. If all of you people, not here, but all of the people who have their children vaccinated, and you swear that those vaccines work, why the fuck are you so afraid of my child who is not vaccinated to play with your child if you are so fucking convinced that these vaccinations work?
Exactly.
You know what I'm worried
They
about?
don't work,
You
though.
know what I'm worried about?
No, they don't.
I'm worried that all these vaccines that I got slammed at me through, well, as far as I made it through high school anyway, maybe they turned me into the bigger asshole that I am.
Hey,
Maybe I was going to be a nicer guy if they hadn't shot me up with all that shit.
Well, then
I'll
you
sign
need to
up
thank
for
them.
that shot.
You
Let me
need to
have
thank
one.
them then. I'll tell you what else. Not only that, and I'll
That
tell
was
you
funny.
what the answer to that question that you just posed was, Kim, about why are you worried about it and all this other stuff. Okay, I am now being inundated with sign my petition on my email. Okay, all different parents all over the place. My child has leukemia, and you need to vaccinate your children, and we want to demand that the government makes it absolutely necessary for every child to be vaccinated to protect children of lowered immune systems that are affected by certain illnesses, because my child has leukemia and would have died if they were surrounded by unvaccinated children.
But the thing is that a lot of the people that are getting the diseases are vaccinated themselves. So that begs the question: what are these vaccines worth? If the people that get the vaccines are getting the diseases. I know that a couple of times that at least as far as I remember, they had a vaccine. Let's say, for example, the measles that didn't work 1 year, and you got the measles, but you got over it. Then what? People
Jane in the chat room had rubella. She had rubella when she was younger.
I didn't know. Well, how bad is rubella, Jane?
It's a 1 to 3 day mild illness.
Isn't that interesting?
Well, you can't do that. You have to go to work those 1 to 2 days and put up with your crappy coworkers.
Yeah, well, it's 1 to 3 days according to the CDC website, Wikipedia, the CIA fact book.
Right.
So you keep them quarantined, you make them comfortable, and it goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, you might not even have to do much. Of course, these diseases are remnants of probably animal husbandry. When we started breeding animals, and it's probably mostly from that, and we get these things, and then we have a functional humoral blood based immune system when we get older. But real immunity is the gut anyway, and kids with leukemia aren't sick because they didn't get vaccinated. They're sick because somebody exploded 2,050 nuclear bombs in the atmosphere and underwater since 1945. I mean,
thank you, Liam. Yes.
Yeah. Let's not forget that we've been, thank you, science. I fucking love science. Don't forget that we've done as much damage, DDT, nuclear waste, 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, Fukushima. There was a Department of Defense nuclear... what?
Roundup.
Glyphosate, PCBs. But there was a nuclear spill problem in north of Los Angeles at one of the military bases had a nuke thing, and it was never reported in the mainstream media. It only came to my attention recently. So we're inundated by radioactive material, and I think the future looks pretty much like sort of like a Middle Ages, but with radioactive hotspots that people just don't go into.
Love Canal was okay, though.
Remember, did anybody see the movie Tootsie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was I hadn't watched that since I was a kid, and I was just writing a book recently, and my brain needed a break, so I don't know when it was on. It must have been on like one of those
transgender is for Disney nowadays, anyway.
But he wasn't transgender. He just wanted a job. So don't forget. Yeah, so he just wanted a job. So he went in as this woman, and now I forgot the line. Your joke made me forget the line. What was it about?
Sorry,
it's gone.
It's okay, but transvestite style exposition has become old hat in Hollywood speak at this point. So,
well, it was fun. It was just so funny, and it was just so like earthy, and I forgot what a good actor he was. But what were we talking about? Nuclear, smallpox. Yeah, he had the 3-day measles. No, I don't remember what it was.
Well, there must have been some sort of a thing that connected together with radioactivity.
Leukemia.
No, I apologize. It's gone. It was a momentary thought, but there
was
a
horror picture show.
It might have been a Bill. It might have been a Bill Murray, one of the Bill Murray lines, and I forgot how funny he was in it. But I don't know. Whatever. Just
I'm going to throw something out there about the vaccinations that are going on. Do you think any of them have anything to do with making the male species more feminine?
No, I don't at all. I think that it's a mass I think mass vax is pop control. Mass vax equals pop control.
Well, so is the destruction of the male gender, which is going on through all sorts of estrogen mimickers that have been introduced into the food system.
That's in our plastic. That's in our bloody plastic.
Yeah.
I didn't get there, but yeah. Yes.
I was going to say the beef and the chicken probably have a lot to do with it also.
Thank you.
Monsanto recombinant bovine growth hormone since 1989, 1991. What is it?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cows with udders so large they explode. 9-year-olds with breasts. We all know this stuff, right? Remember Eric Schlosser's book?
Oh, yeah.
Fast Food Nation?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody knows that. It's like it didn't happen. Like that was never written, and everybody goes to the Burger King inside of the Walmart, and I see like probably kids who weigh 95, 98, and they're like 4 feet tall. They were probably pushing close to 100.
Yeah.
Waddling.
Oh, good.
What do you say?
Really retarded look on their face, and they look like they're a lot fatter than they need to be.
They just look
by their parents.
Well, they look like they should weigh about 65 pounds.
Exactly, yeah.
Multiple strains of Oompa Loompas with lowered IQs.
Yeah.
There
you go. A lot of the toddlers that I see,
program.
parents just drag them along, and that they don't have
They're
any
all perfect candidates
self-locomotion capabilities.
Well, right, and then all of them, of course, drugged rather nicely with something, that's akin to methamphetamine too,
exactly.
Just to make sure they can focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mass
or, either to focus or to stay still.
I'm sorry, but why is a 3-year-old on ADHD medicine? A 3-year-old is supposed to be active and exploring and touching.
Because parents are SOBs that don't care about their kids. They just have their kids so they can parade them around and show them off to their friends. Once they stop being cute, the purpose of the kid is complete.
So you know my ex-wife.
Okay. Wow. You are in trouble.
Yeah, Woody Allen used to make this joke in his stand-up. He would talk about... he would make this terrible joke about his ex-wife, and eventually he got sued for it. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, is that before or after the pacifier would drop out of his pant leg?
That was long before Wood Yee.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Sunyi,
Wood Yee Allen. Yeah, never shop at home. Never shop at home. That's all I'm going to say.
Right. Especially when you're going for... Never mind.
Yikes.
I'll stop there.
I don't like to... I hate to defend Woody Allen. She was 21 or something like that when they got married,
Yeah, well, no, Woody Allen was like, what was he, like 70 going on dead?
No, he was in his 50s. It's all kind of gross because... I mean, I don't care if you think your stepdaughter is like the greatest thing in the world. Just keep it to yourself.
I can almost imagine. I can understand if you went outside the family, fine, whatever. But this is something you would know.
It's a bit of a mess.
Up almost. That's
a bit of a mess.
Disgusting.
Just like, hey, I think we have a great stepdaughter. I think we need a divorce because clearly we're not happy.
Oh, wow. Hey, Smussy, you haven't said much in a while. What happened?
I'm still talking.
Oh, all right.
That was him talking when you said he wasn't talking.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Hopper.
That's okay. I have that thing. I have this invisibility effect.
You're in stealth mode. Very
stealth,
good.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
Awesome.
I think vaccination really is. It's so blatant. If you look in the standard medical literature, it's just so clear that the neurological problems that are all called autism are all listed individually, one by one by one by one.
Right, line them up.
Yeah, line them up under adjuvants, squalene, the varieties of MSG, aluminum, et cetera, et cetera. They're all there, thimerosal especially. Mm-hmm. But aluminum's a big hitter too, and the squalene's massive for inflammatory illnesses. It's just there. So they can't say that it's not in the medical literature. And all they do is they stand on their loud internet soapboxes. They fund I don't understand why Jimmy Kimmel cares. He's a dope, and he's sort of a funny late-night dope.
Fuck him.
But why does he care?
Because he's being paid.
Because he's been irrelate for a while, and he needed some attention while they're shuffling the deck chairs on the mainstream media Titanic. That's why.
Does anybody listen to those guys anymore? I mean, late-night TV sort of lost its appeal since since Carson left. I'm dating myself. I mean, Saturday Night Live. Who cares about Saturday Night Live? Has anybody watched Saturday Night Live since it stopped being funny, 20 years ago?
30,
Nope.
30
years ago.
Let me swing something back to Hopper and his wife real quick.
What's that?
When you guys go to your pediatrician, are they supportive of you, or do they give you a hard time?
They've been supportive.
They've been pretty supportive. I make it pretty clear right up front that the door's right there. If you don't go along with this, I'm walking right out that door, taking all my kids with you. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
Good.
So
Because
yeah,
it's not
they're pretty
funny, this isn't compromise material. Injecting it's not like seeing a movie that you don't like and suffering
As
through 90
soon
minutes.
as you act like you're going to compromise on something, they're going to expect you to compromise on something.
Well, again, this isn't stuff that's negotiable. Again, I can go and sit through a Transformers movie and go, "This is just abominable," and my head will hurt. But you didn't inject me with neomycin, polysorbate, bovine serum, and whatever else. I mean, I just get to shake it off and then go on a show and talk about how Michael Bay's destroyed cinema. But I don't. I'm not going to have allergic reactions for the next 10 years.
Well, and that's the other thing about the allergic reactions, which I said before when I was on mute and nobody heard it. But notice the proliferation of peanut allergies, of dairy allergies, of et cetera, et cetera. And then you take a look at what it is that they've used to as a catalyst in these cocktails, right? Because
you're eating it too.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you're introducing it in this way, now let's just go along with their scientific idea for a moment. They're supposed to be introducing a small amount of something so that your body can deal with it, so your body can develop an immunity to it, right? Well, if you're introducing little bits of peanut oil into that equation, doesn't anybody have the thought that it might cause your body to see peanuts as a alien invader and do something?
Have you read that book?
Prophylactic shock.
Have you read the book on peanut allergies? There's a woman who wrote her name escapes me, but she wrote exactly what you just said. Did you read that, or did you come to this yourself?
No, I came to it myself.
Well, okay, so then you're in good company, because when peanut proteins started being used in this stuff, that's when peanut allergies. Did you know anybody with a peanut allergy when you were a kid?
No.
This is exactly. Yeah, this is exactly the observation that I made on my show a couple of times, is that, it was a legendary thing practically. You heard that there was a kid 5 states away that might die if he ate peanuts.
And all you thought was, geez, poor son of a bitch,
really. One kid is in bad shape. He can't have peanut butter.
I know.
You hear the new thing that they're coming out with, a vaccine to counteract the effects of autism?
Oh, yeah.
The
anti-autism vaccine.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's got to be a winner.
Holy shit.
Sign me up.
Well, they take some autistic kids who've died from side effects. They grind them up, and
there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they? Are they joking?
The concept works. When I was living down in Northern California, every spring we would take a piece of poison oak that was still in its red form, just new fresh sprout of poison oak leaf, roll it up in a ball and eat it. And all summer long, when you're running around in the woods and scurrying through the bushes, tending to your pot plants, you wouldn't get all fucking blistered up with poison oak.
And listen to what he said, though.
It was an old Indian trick.
Listen to what he said, though. You put it into the alimentary canal, which is perfectly designed for discharge. You can absorb parts of it into the blood. The body will select certain parts of it, and it will expel real toxins. And it's become, now this is just absolutely what doctors don't do. They take the body, they pierce essentially the protective layer, they put it into the muscle and the fat tissue.
Right.
There's no bloody excretory system out of there.
Right.
Yeah, the problem is that
it never gets a chance to filter. It just absorbs into your tissues.
It can't go anywhere, so you have massive, what they call cascading reactions. You have massive antibody production and mass inflammatory. Then they add inflammatory agents like squalene and some other things to create another cascading reaction. The kids go nuts, go limp. Listen,
poison ivy.
But what you did is so wise. This, I grew up in many ways in the country and in the hills, and we would always run through. And these ancient folk remedies, the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Chinese, the Native Americans in different places would take buffalo that had been downed by a pox, and they would dry. I think the ancient Chinese did stuff like this too. They would dry the pus, and they would make it dry it in the sun, the great disinfectant, right? Solar radiation, and they would blow it, up into the nasal passages of young people, and it would absorb again through the mucosal layer. But it's different than breaking the skin, cutting it open. It's different even than touching the skin with even a lancet, which isn't a good idea. But you're really just piercing it and going an inch or so, or half an inch into the body, and there's just no way for it to get out.
Right. Well, I remember Jimmy saying months ago on his After the Last Cup show that if you were to spot, like poison ivy or poison oak, within like 5 feet of that poison, you would find an herb or a plant that would counteract the effect.
Yeah, right. In nature, everything that ails you in nature, there is a provision in nature to counter it. This is the concept, and what he was saying is that if you're standing in a patch of poison ivy and you look around hard enough, you'll actually find the antidote to the poison ivy growing near it.
Right.
And this is true. I can't remember the name of the plant at the moment. I'm drawing a blank.
Arrowroot.
But I guarantee you, there's
Mullen? No.
No, it's not that. There's
angel hair, something like that.
Something. It's an odd name. It's an odd name. But if you look for it, it does exist. It is true. And this is the thing. And listen to what Liam is saying, is that every which way, when you introduce things into the body in a way that would be sort of naturally occurring, as opposed to piercing the skin, piercing the dermis, this is how your body deals with it. Your body is well equipped to deal with it so long as it hasn't been weakened or otherwise contaminated.
Right.
There you go.
And that's what it's all about. What is your body doing when it's attacking these peanut oils and things in the vaccines? Like I said, that it's doing its job. It's just that we're delivering things into our bodies by these mechanisms that do not belong.
No, there's no way to fight it. Well, I don't want to be rude, but I got about 2 minutes before my bumper kicks in.
Oh, fucking great.
I know, fucking great. We should tell Jules
After show?
We need another 2-hour going on here.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, thanks, Liam. Like I said, I don't want to cut anybody off, but I don't want to be.
It's fine.
Rude
All the vaccine stuff, by the way, is in my book, which you can throw. I'll throw in the chat room. I mean, I'll throw in the Skype thing. I don't know where the chat room is. Whatever.
I still have to read your book, Liam.
That's okay. I'm not hurt.
I'll get there. Now that I don't have a job, I can read it. All right, everybody. Thank you for calling Hopper and his wife. Lucy, Liam.
Later.
The drunk guy.
Drunk guy.
Drunk guy.
Have a good week. Hate yourself.
Don't hurt yourself. There are many people who line up to do it for you. Have a good night.